Second Life adventure with me, John Parker, and...
Me, Jack Kelly. Why are you whispering?
I don't know. Just
Okay. Well, folks, great to see you all again for another review. Also, 100 subscribers.
Yay.
Thank you to Noah Williams for being the 100th, but not only that, more importantly, thank you to everybody who actually stuck around and actually subscribed over the past, well, since we started actually. Since
2013 in August, back on the day after my birthday.
That's,
wow.
It's been almost, well, not almost 2 years, but like a year and a quarter. But
yeah, well, no, hang on. Hang on, 1, 2... Oh, yeah, it's been about a good year. A good year and a half.
But thanks to everyone who's stuck about recently, who's been following us and all that, you know, we really do appreciate it. And obviously we're doing something good, aren't we? And we're glad that you're all enjoying our videos in particular. Today, folks, we are reviewing 2 consoles, so two in one basically, 2 consoles in one review. But specifically, both consoles are kinda similar. If I zoom out here, you'll see. We are reviewing the 2 Smith consoles, the Smith 2 and the Smith 50. Now, if my memory serves correctly, the reason why there's 2 consoles, both made less by the way, the reason why we have 2, or NLS have 2, is because I believe the one console there were a slight few errors, quite a few mistakes, and basically they corrected it and redid it for Smith 50. 50 standing for the 5th anniversary, basically. But one thing does come to mind, however. Was the actual Smith 50 and the actual Smith 2 actually different in the show?
I don't think it was. I believe, actually no, correct me, I think it might be that the Smith 50 was a closer one to Capaldi's. If not, it could even be the same.
Because me just saying that, I kind of thought that, you know, is it the case that both consoles actually are different in the show?
Well, here's the thing though, because my Smith 2, the opposite one that we'll see later, is it's slightly has a slight difference to what Smith had in Series 7. Right. It's different. It's not got the grates on the floor. It's like basically the one you've got right now, the Smith 50, is the one that Matt Smith used in Season 7. Series 7. That's a different fact because it looks exactly like it, in my opinion.
Okay, well there we go then.
It's similar to the 50th though. I think the 50th didn't have much changes apart from the green effect like they got going on in Capaldi's. I think. I could be completely wrong because I don't really keep much of a pay attention on these things.
Well, you never know. Okay folks, so let's begin with the actual review at hand. Now, of course, first things first, I'm going to actually talk about the design, and then we'll go into controls and configuration and that kind of stuff. Design-wise, all completely mesh, I believe. Although partially some of it seems like sculpts to me.
Well, sculpts are technically mesh, so yeah, you could say that. Sculpts are just mesh using UV textures. So.
Yeah, because I can see the controls are definitely a mesh because I can see through well, many of the vertices. I mean, you can always tell with the vertices. Actually, I can't see vertices, and then because we are using the new viewers, by the way.
Yeah, we are using new viewers. Yeah.
I actually can't see vertices in this one.
I've just noticed something actually.
What?
Your console
actually
is not mesh.
Actually, I think you're right. Look at right click on the door.
Because look, it's the picture. The lights are fading away. The outline of the thingy. That is a good indicator that it's a prim.
If you look at the door, the actual TARDIS doors, and right click and edit, can you see the little cross on the window?
Yeah, that's mesh.
That's the sign of a vertice. Ah, okay. That's interesting.
Sign of triangles. That is. But if you click on your console, look, it's 189 land impact. That's all prim. Look at all the lights, the outline. If you look at the outline and zoom right in, you'll see a like fading glow emitting from the object. That indicates a prim. Mesh objects, like if you check the door, doesn't do that.
I see.
They don't glow. The outline.
Yeah,
on the mesh.
I see what you mean. So it's
So that's
possible
how I
that
can tell. Also, mesh glows yellow. Prims don't, they glow blue.
but in Firestorm I've noticed that mouse mesh also glows blue as well.
Well, either way, you'll be able to tell through that glowing effect, that like emitting glow coming from it. If you have an emitting glow, it's prim.
That means that's what if you click on the railing, that's mesh then. The railing is
Yes,
definitely mesh.
you can definitely tell that because there's no glow at all. It's just an outline.
And the stairs, I think. Oh no.
Also, when you see sculpted in the thing, it does not mean it's a sculpty. Mesh registers as a sculpty on Second Life because it can't understand it, so it just picks out as a sculpty because it doesn't know anything else, basically any better,
Right.
effectively.
Okay.
Also, as an owner, do you have modified permissions as this?
I believe so. Yes.
Right. Well, if it's a sculpty, you'll be able to access the UV map, so you'll be able to see that lovely rainbow colour. If it's not a sculpty and it's mesh, you'll just see sculpted, but it'll be disabled. You won't be able to click it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see it. I can actually click it and edit it. But I'm not going to change it.
The sculpty.
Yeah.
There's a rainbow colour.
But if you remember, we did it on the War Doctor NLS as well, didn't we? Remember? So we can change it. Yeah, we can actually modify it. So other than that, the design is pretty good. I mean, if you now compare this with the actual Smith 2 HOO that we did, it's quite good we've actually done that one first. You can see a heck of a lot of difference.
Yeah,
especially
they have a different design style.
But especially in detail. For me, the colour seems too washed out.
Yeah,
it seems very washed.
Yeah, I find NLS a much of a yeah, exactly. It washed out. It's very bland. Yeah. There's some textures that they could have added texture on this console, for example. It just looks too, in my opinion, not childish, cartoonish. That's the one I wanted to use.
Is that actually a word?
Yeah, cartoonish? Probably not, but you know what I mean, guys. It looks like a cartoon. It looks like a proper game. This console, the NLS consoles look like the Doctor Who Adventure game style kind of thing going on there. But then again, that was a bit less detailed than this.
Well, yeah, it's debatable, you see. But I will just agree with the one point that I made, that it's just completely washed out. And one thing is that this is way too shiny. There's a lot of shine coming from this. Especially the actual console itself.
That's what H2O, because what H2O have recently been doing, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, they've gone ahead and took advantage of the glossiness effect, not the shininess effect in Second Life's new texture compositing tools. What NLS are doing is they're going ahead and saying, right, this is metal, so we're going to go ahead and put shine on it. That's what you can see going on with the railing. Like you move your mouse around it, you can see it shining away. Just like any other normal metal in Second Life would. But if you look at the HOO ones, the actual metal objects, they're textured with a metal texture and then set to gloss. What this means is any light in the room will reflect on certain parts of the texture, but not all. So it can match the proper realistic look. That's why I think HOO's TARDIS looks much better, because they've got a lot more compositing going on. They've really thought about the textures. They've gone ahead and chose the glossiness of it. They do use shininess on some parts. For those that they don't have a texture for, or for those that they want to make it look really shiny on. But everything else is used glossiness. But NLS, they don't seem to be using glossiness as often, if at all, really.
Right. Okay. Well, that's I actually kind of agree with that, because it seems like they're just using NLS is just using the basic kind of shine.
Yeah.
Like low, medium, high. Other than that. Texture-wise, like I said, going back to the whole washed out bit, it's mainly just kind of like a greyish colour. The wallpaper going around the actual console itself, and the actual walls, like and the floors, the grates included, and some of the other controls as well. The actual texture of them, quality, okay, they are quite nice. Sorry about that, folks. Obviously, we want to clear the person in there, because obviously, you know, just permission-wise, well, never mind about that. Right, I was talking about the texture quality. Compared to the HOO Smith 2 console, the textures in this seem, well, very flat. The HOO one's textures, even though they were just basic textures, they did seem more dynamic. These ones in the NLS version seem quite flat in a way. The grates, I suppose, more could have probably been done to kind of make them seem like stand out more.
Also, what you have to consider as well is NLS kind of, and I don't really want to shout out them, but they technically rushed these products to try and get them sold as soon as possible. If you remember, HOL did take a very long time to get the basic Smith TARDIS out, but when they did, look at the quality of it.
Well, thing is, right, if we got to bear in mind is the reason why their consoles take so long to do, mainly is because HOL don't more or less technically do it fully themselves, do they? They kind of
No, they do it as a group. And...
Well, they hire people as well. Thing is with NLS, however, it's the same thing with well-known companies around the world. It's all about resources and budget. NLS may not have the budget to actually get people to design it. I mean, who created this? See, that's someone who I've not ever actually heard of in Second Life.
Yeah, because your consoles part is made by John Melendez. Your side parts and the thingies on the side, I don't forget what they're called now, all your little panels, are made by Bear Thymus. Your doors are made by, if it'll let me click them, Bear Thymus as well. What about the main outside? Oh no, the whole entire main outside is made by Bear Thymus, so I'm guessing he or she's the main builder here, but
so, really,
the actual console and all that.
Correcting ourselves in a way then, it's just going to go back to budget and resources and how many budget they can get to actually do this, and of course it's always about the time as well. So I suppose in a way it's a very good, it's a good console, don't get me wrong, it is brilliant. I remember when I first got it I was ecstatic about it. I mean, the one thing I love the most from this is the steam.
Yes.
Coming out the floor.
Does look quite nice. I really wish I'd bought this one over the Smith 2.
Well, you know, we'll get into that one in a bit. So, other than that, texture-wise, quality-wise, it's a very good standing console. Very well done design. It just seems a bit washed out. Not much colour, not much going on, not very lively. It just seems a bit flat. But other than that, perfectly fine. Obviously, I'm not going to go into the controls because we've done that
they're
many
both the
times.
same, and it'll take forever. But you get one of it. We'll get what we're doing. Anyway.
What I will do.
I'm really bad at words today.
Don't worry about it. Well, all I'm going to talk about now, in this, is just basically, I'll tell you what, I've got to turn this down. I can barely hear myself think. The main thing with this now is the lighting. That's all I'm really going to touch on in this. If we take off, which I've actually forgotten how to. Where are we?
That nice big lever here.
Oh, you can do it. I forgot. Yeah, you can do it. I forgot.
And then where the hell's the?
Hang on.
Oh, I found it. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry, am I? Oh, ignore me.
That was me. Don't worry. I went to emergency takeoff. Now, the lights. With the actual Smith 2 HOO, these lights actually created some sort of ray effect, didn't they? If I remember correctly, I think.
Made some sort of what effect, sorry?
Like a ray, the lights actually kind of interacted with the floor.
Oh yes, because they were using proper lights. They made all the individual light bulbs, I believe, didn't they?
I believe so, yes.
They made it so that they were interactable. These are just basic textures flying around.
These are definitely lights as well. I mean, but
the light bulbs are spinning around right now are one texture, just being animated thing.
Yeah, I know that, but I mean the actual spinning thing at the top.
Oh, I see. Right, yes, the ray effect. Yeah, okay. Sorry, it's just clicking.
I think I might be completely wrong in my memory because as my memory is terrible. But I remember specifically like a reflection from the light on the floor in the HOO console.
I believe that's because of the lighting setting they got going. Yeah.
Yeah. This one, however, the NLS have got it completely right in the fact that the actual spins. The rest of the lighting is perfectly fine, especially the roundels. I think they look beautiful. The actual spinning kind of three dotted things, the lights.
Yeah.
In HOOs was actually slightly different, I believe.
Yeah, they were much. I think they were much more lighty. Is a word I'd like to use here. Yes, they were faster, definitely, but they also were more lighty. As in, they were 3D, weren't they, to start with?
I think so.
And yes, and they were also, they interacted properly with the surroundings.
Now, one last thing before we move on to the Smith 2 is the actual rotor.
Yes, only the top crystal moves. Now, I don't believe... Hang on, am I right in saying? I could be completely wrong here. Doesn't the bottom rotor move, not the top, in the show? I've got something in my head saying the bottom rotor moves.
I don't know, because
I could be completely wrong here.
If you remember, I think it was...
No, I think I'm wrong. I believe...
Well, no, I think it was Matt Smith's regeneration that... Oh, hang on. Oh, no. No, actually. That's right. I'm just watching the scene when Matt Smith regenerates to Capaldi.
I'm looking at the inside the new TARDIS thing, just skipping through it now. It's so difficult to find videos like when you want to.
No, I found it. The bottom one doesn't move. The bottom one. No, it doesn't.
And not only that, but they've got the crystals wrong shape.
I don't think...
It's too thick and too big and too pointy. In the actual show, it's a nice little thin thing.
Actually, yeah, it is. It's much thinner.
HMO got that part right, in my opinion.
Yeah, the top one moves, the bottom one doesn't. Top one moves, bottom one doesn't. Okay, so they got that right, but yeah, you're definitely right in the fact that they are way too thick, and they should be much smaller. So other than that, the Smith 50, it's a very good looking console. It's a lot of fun to actually use. I mean, I've had dozens of great times with this console, but compared to H2O, it does lack much more. What?
So have I. I've had a good time with this type of console. Yeah. We're using my own.
Of course, given the price of NLS's, you know, you'd expect it, and to be honest with you, I do quite like it. So,
I think NLS are the best alternative over H2O if you can't afford it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I'd recommend that to anybody who can't afford H2Os.
In a way, yeah. So, shall we move on to the next one?
Yes, if we can find out where the door is.
I believe
I found the area.
Here we are, follow me.
Yep, okay. Yep, you've got it.
Yep. Okay, let's move on to the second console. Because we've literally just merged the two together.
Oh, there we go.
Wow, moving from the one to the other, you can definitely see the differences, can't you? Oh my goodness, you can.
Yeah, like for example, all the wallpaper and whatnot.
That is way too shiny. Way too shiny.
Yeah, in my opinion, and this is literally in my opinion, I think this particular one that I got, the Smith 2, the first version,
they made,
was not thought through properly.
No, not much, no.
It was almost as if they went, uh-oh, let's try it for the 50th anniversary to fix this. Both of my crystals move for a start. Now, I love that. I personally feel like in the actual Doctor Who series, both crystals should have moved. In my opinion. That's what it should have been. And I also love my blue crystals. Look how blue they are. Mind you, they were quite blue on yours as well, so they're both the same now. The wallpaper's a bit bland. I did prefer your wallpaper, and I preferred the grates on the floor, which apparently are also missing. How the hell did they miss them? I don't understand how they missed them.
They have as well, they missed them.
I don't understand how they missed them. I really don't.
I have no idea. I mean, there are still... I mean, I don't quite get the roof.
The roof. I forgot about that. I love that. Yeah, I loved that. The really nice bright blue.
The blue hexagons.
Yeah.
No.
It's almost as if NLS just went ahead and said, bugger it, for the first version, let's just go with our own design. This is how we want it to be.
Well, fair enough. I kind of, in a way, like that idea.
But I think it is a good design. You have to admit that. The blue really brings a lovely theme to it. One thing I will say, though, is it's much more thinner than yours. Yours has a much more thicker top. And the design of the weird circle thing on the roof also don't exist on yours.
I'm literally
What
just.
is your thing?
I am literally just watching Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS. Behind the scenes. I mean, I can't quite see because the cloister bell's ringing and I can't see much. But from what I can tell, I think your wallpaper on the blue hexagons going across. I think they are. Oh no, all I can see is black. Oh my god. Okay. We've got a fair bit of confusion going on here, I think, because I will show you.
Well, I can't see anyway. So.
Pause.
Oh. Okay.
Pause at 151.
Whoa. Yeah,
151.
151, 151, 151, 151, 151. I've got to find it.
Don't play it,
There we
just
go.
151. And look at the floor.
Oh my.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
So they were right to start with?
Kind of, though, because look at there is actually some sort of vents, but just very tiny ones. Circles.
Of course! Because I watched the, Oh, I watched that behind the scenes thing with the new TARDIS, and they brought the vents in. That was when they brought the vents in. Because I always thought the vents were always there, so I always got confused with that statement.
Yeah.
But no, they were never there to start with.
So how? Because other people have actually said the Smith 2 and the Smith 50 were made differently, you know, for NLS because there was a mistake. I don't think that's necessarily the case anymore. I don't think that was actually a mistake. There was just a difference.
Yeah. Hold on a moment.
There we go. That's the
And I do believe, Jack,
confused. What?
the wallpaper is very similar. I think NLS basically got a bit confused with the wallpaper because they're so similar. I think yours are more closer to it, obviously, but they're very similar. So I think they just might have. It's just. What do I say? What's the word I want to use? The phrase I want to use. Basically, I don't think they just looked at it completely correctly when they did it.
When I look at this, it doesn't feel right to me. When I look at HOOs, but when I look at the Smith 50, however, as well, that looks right. That does look right. When I look at HOOs, that looks perfectly right. When I look at this one, though, no, it just doesn't sit in my back pocket as a TARDIS.
If I turn it on, right, there you go, you can see it much better now.
The pipes, the tube things,
Yes.
they are cyan. In the actual shot, they were kind of like a turquoise colour, with a bit more of a green in there as well.
Also, these pipes look way too square.
What parts?
All these, little, I want to call them corals, but they're not actually corals, you know what I mean? That's things that go round. They look much too square. They're not proper pipes. No, but not proper, corals.
Oh, yes.
Whatever you want to call them. Also, look at the roof. Look at the far roof. You can see all those weird, like, watermelon slices, pineapple slices all the way around.
I mean, if I would just zoom back into the Smith 50, see the coral pieces, as you call them, look much better in that one than they do in this one. Like you said, they seem a bit too square. But again, with the NLS one, controls are all the same. Some are different here and there. John, if you just show the takeoff, and I'll just watch from.
Yep. One second. I've got to find the thing. Right.
It's those two. Whereas in mine, it's this and this.
Yeah.
So the controls will be different, but then again, other than that, everything else in this is the same, exactly. So,
and as you can see, the crystals both move.
I mean, and again, they are a bit too thick. They're way too thick.
Yeah, but I think that two crystal moving action should have been in the actual series. And personally, I actually agree that the roof, that lovely blue hexagonal texture, and look at the twisting bits at the top, the blue tinted, that like a bluish tint to them.
See, that looks quite good, that does now, compared to the Smith 50.
See, I really like it. No, I prefer my my TARDIS's design, in my opinion. It should have been what it should have been in the series.
It did. This should have been what it was? No, I mean the series.
This is what it should have been. This is what the first one I designed should have been what it should have been, really, effectively. All this nice this blue theme.
Yeah, I agree. I personally agree.
When Capaldi take over, really change it to green theme.
Yeah. Although his is more kind of a yellow kind of backdrop colour now, isn't it? Than a green and blue. It's more of a yellow and blue than a green and blue. Also,
you have to admit,
but those tubes
I think I'd say that my TARDIS is much more brightly lit than yours.
Yeah, definitely. Yours is definitely much brighter. Much brighter.
Yeah. So there we go then.
Other than that, folks, that's really all we can touch on for this video. Textures in this one.
One quick thing: the exterior is basically the same as the 11th Doctor's.
As the ones that we've constantly used.
They are not different at all. So
no, they are the
we don't have to show them off.
There were just very tiny differences, but there's nothing you can kind of just catch your eye with. Again, textures with all this, mainly again the same, a bit too bland. Again, this console is also a bit washed out.
Actually, this is much more bland, I think, because the wallpaper.
The texture at the top, the roof with the spinning 3 dial things. Those textures are brilliant, are beautiful.
I do like
they are lovely, but everything else, a bit too bland.
Also quickly to add as well, that spinny things at the top haven't got the clicky sound that they haven't got in HOO on both TARDISes.
I never actually thought of that. It's good that we picked that one up. That is very true. So there is one key thing.
Actually, if we be a bit quiet, we might be able to. Because I've got something going on. No. I think.
No, definitely not.
No, they haven't. No, you'd definitely be able to hear it if it was there.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh well.
So, other than that, folks, that's all we've really got time for this video. We are going to do a very special video without going back to our exploration type of videos.
Yes, hopefully we can find a nice bit of land.
Hopefully we do have the location in mind. Of course, we just got to ask people first if we can actually explore there and film at the same time. But we are going to start off with a nice little celebration video for our 100 subscribers, and obviously over time or not. So join us hopefully next week for our exploration video. And until then, folks, have a nice day for us today. Have a nice week. Good luck.
Let your geeky side out. Bye bye.
Bye.